Alright guys, Killmax101 here. We have all this gear and I'm going to be doing a Gearbag video slash sale video, trying to get rid of some of this, all kinds of stuff. And pretty much what I'm going to be doing is, this is the majority of what I have right now. I want to try and get everything that's in 3 bags to fit all into 1 bag. Not the little bag preferably, but one of the 2 big bags. Or another big bag, medium-sized bag. I just want to downsize. So we're going to be taking a video showing everything that I have that you can get up for grabs. And yeah, so let's get it started. Alright, guns here. First off, we have Keith Brown Damage NT11. I've never really liked NTs, however this one shoots pretty dang amazing. The only wear that you have on the gun is on the emblems, the die emblems here. You can kind of see a little bit of scratches, but it's not very noticeable at all. The gun overall looks great, shoots even better. I've never been a fan of NTs, but this one I actually kind of like. That one shoots great. Second up, we have the 08 Ego. Again, reliable, shoots great. The only wear that there is on this gun is on the eye cover, on the right side, which I can flip over and show you. Barely anywhere. You can't really even see it. But there's a little tiny bit of wear, and there's a little bit on the left side. You can kind of see the little dots there. Very clean gun for being from 2008, and it still shoots wonderfully. I can keep up with the best of them, so very nice gun. Thirdly, we have the Bob Long Alias. Bob Long Alias, one of my favorite guns that I have owned. It was given to me as a gift from a friend. Never have I wanted to sell it. Still don't want to sell it, but if I get a good enough offer, I will let it go. It was, according to my knowledge, a gun that was used by the Rocky Kids back whenever they were a team together. And, you know, very nice gun. Shoots amazing. I have a ton of shooting videos off my channel with that gun. And then lastly, we have the autococker. Got this. Nothing is wrong with it according to what I know, except for the fact that it needs to be completely rebuilt. So everything is wrong with it. It does not have a bolt. I know there's a lot of people out there in the world that love autocockers and know a lot about them. I'm not one of them. I'm an Ego person. But if you want to pick this up for me, I will let it go cheap. It will come with the tank. And tanks don't come like this anymore. We never get tanks with little Asian anime girls laying down with a paintball gun on them. The tank is out of hydro. However, nothing is wrong with it according to what I can see besides the gauge being cracked. But I will let it go very cheap. And it will be sold as a package, will not be sold apart, and it will be as is. So you get it, you fix it, it's yours. I don't know how to deal with it, so that's the guns. Next up, we have the mask here. We'll start off from the left-hand side. First one there, we have a Slide Prophet. It is white with the kind of like Aurora liquid lens, oily liquid lens. Looks great. Very clean mask. Very light, if any, scratches on the lens. Second, we have the vents. It is an Avatar vents mask. Top of the foam is missing. So yeah, I mean it still is comfortable, and the lens is still in really good condition for it being such a well-used mask, but nothing's wrong with it. Third, we have the i4 in great condition. The mask does have some wear on it as compared to the other ones that we have here. It has a little bit more scratches than most of the other ones. However, it does not affect performance at all. Next, we have the i3, which the i3 is one of my favorite masks. You know, great. I love it. A lot of people make fun of me for still wearing it, but it's great. It's a nice mask. Another Slide Prophet there. Again, you have a mirror lens, blue mirror lens, just like the i3 has on it. And again, in great condition, very light scratches, if any. And then we have the white grills with clear, a little bit smoked out lens, not completely dark smoke, but it is a smoked out lens. It's not 100% clear, and that one looks great as well. That's the mask. Next up, we have pod packs. Starting off here at the bottom, your NXE pack does great, reliable. Next, we have the Proto pack. Next, we have another NXE Elevation pack, a little bit fancier and a little bit nicer. again, another elevation pack, and then we have an Empire pack at the top. All the pod packs, I believe, are medium or larger. Most of them being large or extra large. I think the only one that's a medium is the blue one at the top. The rest of them will be either a large, medium, or extra large. If you have any questions about them, just ask me and I can tell you. All of them are at least 3+4. The red one, the red NXE, and the Proto one are the 3+. You know, you can tote 4 or more pods on it. And then the blue up the top, the elevation, and the one at the bottom are all 4+ some, so you get a little extra pods in it. Next up we have the jerseys. We're going to start here at the bottom with the dye C11. It is a size medium, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, medium. Very lightly used. The only time it really was used was a couple times at Reball by a friend of mine. It never been used by me. Will not fit me, but very great for a young player looking for a nice jersey. Next we have the Damage jersey. This jersey is signed by pretty much the whole team, all signed up. It is a 2XL, and it still has tags on it, so it is brand spanking new. Brand new with the tags. You can see that. And it looks tight. This, I believe, was a 2010 jersey they were wearing. And you know, dye jerseys are always great, no matter if they say Damage on them, or if they, you know, the one down here is great, the one there is great. They're both good, nice jerseys, well padded and well ventilated. And it's really tight to have Damage crew sign it for you. So next one we have is the one, my favorite, HK Army jersey. This one is legitimate. It has been worn. This is David Baines' jersey. We'll just flip it over to where you can see it. Dave Baines right there. And it is super, super nice. Very nice jersey. This one will be the last one to go out of all of them, because I definitely want to keep this one unless I get a super, super amazing offer. But super nice HK Army jersey. Next one, just your basic Planet Eclipse, year 2008, and it is an XL. Well, I let that one go pretty cheap. Been having it for a while, don't really wear it much anymore, but I'll let it go for cheap. Next we have just a little Proto practice jersey. Again, I'll let this one go for cheap. It's an XL. Really nice to wear if it's a hot day at the field. You don't feel like, you know, throwing on a full jersey. It takes bounces really well. It's light. It feels like you have nothing on whenever you're wearing it. And lastly, we have the Chris Paul jersey, which is kind of similar to the Proto jersey, but it's a little bit taller, it's a little bit longer, so it still is super comfortable, super light, and it looks really, really tight. It's got Chris Paul's name on the back, so it's really nice to wear on the field. It's comfortable and light. Next up, we'll walk over here to the pants. Pants that I'm going to be putting on here. I have some more pants of my own that I still wear, but to the right, Contract Killer pants, extra large. They've been through hell, but they still work. You know, they still have good padding. The bottoms are a little worn out. They're frayed, but I'll let them go for cheap. I'll throw in a package if you do one of the other jerseys. Proto pants. They were probably the coolest pants that I ever bought, but I bought them and then they didn't fit, so I have literally never worn them. I did buy them used though, but they were very lightly used. But I've never had a chance to wear them on the field because they're too big. They are XL, and I lost, you know, some weight and I couldn't fit into them, so I've never worn those on the field. And then we also have the Dye C9s, which I did wear for quite a while. Still fit great. You know, they're both good pants. I know that Dye makes great pants, Proto being made by Dye. They're very solid pants, and so either of them will fit, you know, obviously if you have the right size waist, but unfortunately not me anymore. So next up we have the hoppers. We'll start off from top right or top left and go down. The first one we have here is your basic rotor. It is blue. It's a V3, brand new, never been on the field. I did get it in a trade, however, it's, you know, pretty much never been used. It comes with the box, the warranty manual, all the stuff like that. It still has the original lid, but it still is perfect, brand new. Next we have the Tiger rotor, which does have a Dye speed feed on the top there. It also does have a Virtue board inside as well. So it's got some pretty nice upgrades, and it's really, really nice. It's definitely stands out on the field. A little bit of wear, it's been used, but it shoots, you know, obviously it's a rotor, so it's going to do great. Thirdly, we have another V3 rotor, gray in color, and it also, you know, runs the field. This one has the Exalt speed feed on the top of it, so a lot of people like those Exalts. I like all of them. They're all three great. Starting off here on the next row, we have the Empire Prophecy, which I believe is either a V1 or a V2. It is one of the older Prophecies, but still works great. I think it needs new batteries, but nothing's wrong with it. Feeds well. Empire did really nice to the hopper, and that's it. Next one we have here is an Empire B. Missing the battery door. I don't know if there's any other issues with it. This one will be sold as is, but I don't see why there would be any issues. All the internals are in here. It's got the magnet top. All the internals are in there. And you know, it should be fine. I don't see if there'd be any issues with it. I haven't used it in a while. Looks like the spring is missing out of the lid because it just closes down. But that's that. Pinocchio. If you shoot reball and you play reball, this is the hopper that you need for reball. The best hopper on the market for reballs is the Pinocchio. I have not shot a Spire yet, but in my experience, the Pinocchio is the best for reballs. I have not ever jammed a reball on it. And you know, it's also good with paint, but reballs it definitely shines. So if you play reball, that's the hopper that you need to be using. Next we have the Journey. I will let that go cheap. I don't know where I even got it from, but yeah, it was the most epic fail of NXE and of any paintball company I think that we've seen in a while. Another Empire B. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with this one. I could be wrong. Never used this one. I've had this one for a while and I've never used it. It does have the battery door on it there, and the spring seems to be in backwards, as you can see it, instead of the other one, which doesn't have a spring. This one flies open. So but all the internals are in there, and it's in good condition. It's in very, very nice condition. Very, very few dings or scratches on the shell at all. And then we also have this Pulse parts. I don't think that anything in there is really usable for the Pulse. However, I know a lot of people like doing projects with halos, or you can also use the Empire body to make, they call them payloads or pulsed halos, and I'm pretty sure that you can get that into here. To be honest, I don't know if all the parts are in there. I'm pretty sure they all are in there. I was going to do it at some point in time. Never had the energy or the patience with it, so I never have done anything with it. But I will definitely let these two go together cheap if you want to try and fool with them. And I also do have Velocity internals. Those are Velocity Junior internals, if I'm not mistaken. It does have the little spring load to where you have the anti-jam. But yeah, that's all the hoppers.